It's time to join our colleagues across the nations and the regions for the latest news where you are. But from me, do have a good afternoon.
Thanks, Ben. You're watching BBC Look North for East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. A very good afternoon. A veterans charity says there needs to be more support for women who've left the forces. Hull for Heroes say they're seeing increasing numbers of females through their doors, and studies show their mental health can suffer more than men's. Well, one family living in Driffield has told us about their daughter who took her own life as she was preparing to leave the army. Jo Makel reports.
She had a passion for helping people. She was 34 and she was an army medic.
How much did you feel that Lisa's experience within the army had contributed to her mental health struggles?
Considerably. They don't talk about it. You just get on with it, deal with it. You're a soldier. I know she was depressed. She felt like she had to be the best at everything. I do believe there's a problem within the army with bullying, having to raise 3 children on her own. I think a breakdown of a relationship as well. Everything compounded on top of each other.
The pain of Lisa's suicide never goes, but Carol takes some comfort knowing her death has already helped other women.
So how's your week been? You went...
A support group was set up in Lisa's name by the charity Hull for Heroes. It's for women from forces families, as well as veterans like Jane, Stephanie and Danielle. Between them, they've served in Iraq, Afghanistan and Bosnia, and they've had some tough personal experiences.
Camp Bastion was the centre of hell, that's what it was known as. And the team I worked with were absolutely fantastic. Sorry. Things trigger you. I'm proud of what I did. Some people thought I was stupid for going, which really hurt me.
Why did they think you were stupid?
Because I was married and I had children.
My first issues with mental health were after I had my son, and I was diagnosed with postnatal depression, and the armed forces didn't know how to deal with that.
And Hull for Heroes has been a lifesaver to me.
The Lisa groups and similar groups for men called GEO operate in East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. Hull for Heroes would like the government to back an expansion.
We have put forward a proposal for GEO and Lisa to be brought out nationally. If that comes forward, we don't know yet, obviously, but if it does work, then that would be perfect.
Carol attends the group too.
It's a safe space. I sometimes think, without the ladies, I don't know if I'd have been here sometimes.
Police investigating reports of a man walking through an area of Grimsby with a machete have charged a 27-year-old man. Police arrested Paul Jones on Boulevard Way yesterday lunchtime. He's been charged with 2 counts of possessing an offensive weapon and criminal damage. He'll appear in court today. Police patrols took place around RAF Scampton over the weekend after a suspected petrol bomb was found there last week. It was discovered near the perimeter fence on Thursday. Police say inquiries about who put it there are continuing today. The Home Office plans to house up to 2,000 asylum seekers at the former RAF station. There's anger in Heddon this morning as more internet poles have been put up in the town. The police were called as residents gathered to voice their concerns about the additional poles being installed. The company behind the works, MS3, say they want local people to have more choice when it comes to internet providers.
Digging massive holes and putting massive poles in. And we don't want them.
We have some telegraph poles already, which are perfectly effective, and this company needs to negotiate with KCOM. We don't need extra ones.
Angry because they actually do not care about our environment. All the dead trees that are going to be wasted as well.
Well, MS3 has also added it's against the law to obstruct telecom workers, and we'll have much more on that story for you on tonight's programme. Now, a school in northern Lincolnshire is aiming to be the first in the country to build its own track to race solar-powered cars on. Baysgarth School in Barton was one of 2 schools to take part in an international challenge at the weekend to design and race its own electric vehicle. And now the school wants to go a step further and build its own track out of recycled plastic. Crispin Rolfe has more.
The best solar cars on the planet about to be showcased in Australia. But at Goodwood this weekend, Britain's been hosting its own international championships, featuring 2 schools from either side of the Humber.
So we've got pre-race checks we have to do. We check the alignment, took the chain off, stripped it back.
There's been Hornsey College.
I think how Hornsey School got to Goodwood, it's a big deal.
We're trying to find the perfect balance between the brakes. Too tight, they create a bit of resistance, but too loose and they're not tight enough.
And Barton's Baysgarth School, which isn't just designing and racing solar-powered cars, it also wants to build its own test track, made from recycled plastic.
So we're out here picking up some litter, not only to clean the beach but to also use, because at Baysgarth we recycle the plastic.
Well, basically we want to build a tarmac racing track for our school, and obviously it's quite an expensive thing to do, so if we take plastics and reuse them then we can help make it.
Now all this may sound like pie in the sky, but plastic roads are potentially a thing of the future. And with engineering at the heart of everything Baysgarth School's trying to achieve on the banks of the Humber, it's a future that it wants its pupils to be a part of.
There's no school in the country that has its own electric car racetrack, and for us to be the first would be absolutely wonderful. We want our children to develop employability skills. They need to be great leaders, they need to be able to work in teams, they need to be able to problem solve.
Of course, it'll take more than a beach clean to build a test track, but with so many schools in our area using solar-powered cars to teach engineering and maths, Baysgarth School aims to become a centre of excellence. Crispin Rolfe, BBC Look North.
Great idea. Now, an 8-year-old girl from Horncastle picked up an award at last night's Pride of Britain Awards. Freya Harris was named Child of Courage at the ceremony in London. She was recognised for taking up dog showing and competing at Crufts with her dog Echo, despite being diagnosed with a rare form of kidney cancer.
Echo had so much fun. She had lots of cuddles with the celebrities, and she even got her own place at the dinner, which she had a roast dinner there. And she even got to come up on stage with me with a medal.
Well done to her, and it's just amazing that the dog got a roast dinner as well. Let's check out the weather then with Lisa Gallagher.
Good afternoon. Well, it's another mild day today, and the outlook for the next couple of days is that it is going to be staying very mild for the time of year, patches of cloud and also further spells of sunshine. Now you can see on the satellite sequence from this morning we did have a fair bit of cloud. It broke up first across Lincolnshire and it's continuing to break up, so further sunny spells developing as we head through this afternoon. It is going to be dry, there'll just be a gentle westerly breeze and temperatures rising way above average for this time of year, around 20 to 23 degrees, that is 73 Fahrenheit. So a finer end to the day, some clear spells at first tonight, but then the clouds are going to tend to fill in at times and there could be 1 or 2 spots of rain, but for most of us it is going to be dry with temperatures dropping down no lower than 12 or 13 degrees. So it's another mild start to the day tomorrow. Early cloud is going to thin and break up. There could be the odd spot of light rain initially. That cloud breaks up, we'll see plenty of sunshine developing, and then late on in the afternoon we will start to see a bit of cloud increasing across East Yorkshire, but a dry day for most of us with a freshening southwesterly breeze and temperatures again around 22 or 23 degrees. As we head into Wednesday, there's going to be a lot of cloud around, outbreaks of rain gradually clearing to the south through the day, a chilly night into Thursday and then much cooler by Thursday.
Thanks, Lisa, and that brings you up to date at this lunchtime. More on all our stories tonight, usual time, 6:30 with Peter. But from me and the team, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye-bye for now.
I could tell she'd had it tough.